Hey guys, now first of all I want to say a big thank you to anyone out there who actually posted a comment on my PC I need help, because I've been trying many things so far, and I have to say all the tips out there, I just felt like, you know, you guys are good people, and even though you might not watch all my videos or anything, when I needed you guys, you were there. So that's like a big props for you guys. I really appreciate it. I just reinstalled my PC, so my mic and stuff might be sounding a little bit different from the other videos, I'm not sure. And I've been doing many things, so I just want to give you guys really small things of what I've done. I have done a memory test, I've done crystal disk info to check my hard drives, I've done a CPU burn-in test too actually, I've done video card benchmark tests just to see if all my components were good or not, and so far actually all of them were okay. So it might have been the software, I'm not sure. We will find that out in the next couple of weeks, I guess, because I'm gonna be using the PC every day, so we'll see. Now the other thing I wanted to make this video about is it might be useless, I'm not sure, and that's why I'm gonna try this and ask you guys your opinion. I want to make some kind of a rambling video where I just talk about random stuff that is stuck in my brain, and I want to talk about it and actually ask your guys' opinion to see what you guys think about these kind of thoughts. And yeah, I'm gonna start with it. One of the things I have been thinking about is there is a movie called Lucy, and in this movie, just to give you guys a short info, it's about a girl who gets some kind of drugs in her belly, and those drugs are actually like giving her a sort of ability that she can unlock 100% of her brains. And it's a really cool movie, you should check it out, Lucy. It's with Morgan Freeman. And one of the things Morgan Freeman said in the movie, which actually I thought was really funny and also not funny, is that we as humans, we are actually like, one of the things we do is we want to give our experience that we know to the next generation. So that's why we go to school. We teach and we keep teaching to get, smarter and faster in thinking, and maybe being able to unlock new abilities that we couldn't do before. Like talking, like we have developed a way of communicating with each other, which back in the old days, and then back in the old days, I mean like very back in the old days, they actually couldn't do that at all. So one of the things I actually really liked was that he said, now these days we are inventing a lot of stuff, and because of that it's actually getting creepy, because do we want to get dependent on the stuff we make, or do we want to evolve ourselves? And if I should give an example, I was thinking about a calculator. Like when I went to school back in my days, we were not allowed to use calculators, and the thing is, we have invented calculators as human beings, and because we invented it, we don't have to use our brains. So if we want to know a really hard calculation, we just type it in on the calculator and it will give us the answer, which actually means that we're not using our brains anymore to do that, which actually means we're kind of devolving now, because there are many people these days, when you ask them a very easy calculation, they always go like, whoa man, I need to take my iPhone for that, I don't know the answer. And that's what I mean, and that's what Morgan meant, is, are we not getting too much in love with our toys instead of with our brains? Are we actually still evolving? And of course we might be evolving by finding new techniques that we invent and stuff, but our brains, our like natural state, how hard is that actually evolving compared to the back really old days? Because then you didn't have a calculator and you had to figure it out yourself. And then when you figured it out, you gave that experience to the next generation. And now these days, the next generation is getting an iPhone 9 with the best calculator on it, so they don't have to use their brains. So that's one of the things I was thinking about, like, what do you guys think? Do you think we're actually really like evolving at the same speed, or are we getting at a point that we're going to use so much stuff that when all the stuff would be taken away from us, we actually are dumb as beep? You know what I mean? Just think about it. Everything we do, like, people say that telepathic isn't real, you know, telepathic stuff that we can talk by just looking at each other, it's impossible. But that's how far I went back with thinking. What about, like, for example, Indians, when they wanted to send each other a message, what did they do? They used smoke, and with the smoke they gave each other messages. But maybe that smoke option was the first lazy option we as humans invented, because if we wouldn't have used the smoke and just have, like, if we would have just concentrated more in using our own body and getting a message out there, we might already have developed telepathic stuff, you know? I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just rambling. That's why it's a rambling video. But maybe because of the smoke, and after the smoke, inventing new kind of techniques to get information out there, we have never evolved our telepathic sides. Maybe we don't have them, but we don't know, because we haven't even tried anything around it. And that brings me to another really small topic, and then I'll stop for this rambling video, is spiritual people. People that have spiritual gifts. There is a lot of, yes, it's real, no, it's not real. And after I watched Lucy, I was like, okay, if we use 10% of our brains, we have no clue what it would mean if we have 50% or 70 or more. We simply cannot imagine what we can do at that point. So what if a person at this moment who says he's spiritual actually is developing one of the parts in your brains that works with telepathic? Like, what if somebody sits in front of you and says, like, I can feel that you have lost your grandmother, and your grandmother was a nice person and she always gave you Coca-Cola, wasn't that? What if you would sit there and she asks you to think about the person you lost, and while you're thinking, while your brains are working, you have a little energy field around your head. That's actually something we do know. What if somebody else that thinks he's spiritual, it's actually not, it's just a word, spiritual. We made it that word. But what if that person is trying to get his gift, his ability of reading those energy waves, you know? What if he actually is working on that, and we call it an idiot because they can see ghosts, and we just call them like... But maybe they actually are working on evolvement on a telepathic level. I mean, if we don't know anything, then what I'm saying now is just making as much sense as Star Wars. I mean, we don't know shit. Actually, we are really dumb. We only use 10% of this amazing, good-looking head, you know? We only use 10% of it. And that means there is 90% left. And look how amazing smart we already are actually in what we build and what we do. And then still, it's 10%. And what do you guys think? What do you think if you had 50%? Or what do you think if you had 100%? Like, that's the cool thing. You can think about it and you will never get close because you have no clue of what it will be. But just thinking about it is actually, in my opinion, already evolving because we're thinking about it. Now, people call spiritual people stupid because they can't really put it on a paper how it works, because it's something that works from in ourselves. You know what I mean? So, what do you guys think about this whole rambling stuff? You know, we might be super stupid, and maybe the spiritual people are the people actually that are working on one part of the brains, evolving them, while we use our calculator and don't believe in stuff we can't see, while we maybe could see it if we were better evolved. I just want to keep it like this. I don't know if this is going to be any useful to you guys or if it's fun. I just thought, like, you know, think about this kind of stuff. When I go back, when I was at school, I was always whining I wanted to have a calculator. But now I think if I go back, don't give me a calculator. Just let me learn it myself, because I might be that little part that helps the evolution while I'm now just playing games and making YouTube videos. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Anyway, thanks guys for watching this video. Once again, I appreciate a lot the help you guys gave me. And yeah, give me some feedback. What do you think? What if we could use 100% of our brains? What would that do? What do you think our abilities would be? Could we fly? Could we, like, pull off our arms? Could we use our eye to watch through walls? There is no answer actually, but I still want to see yours. Thanks guys for watching.